there is a social media censorship hearing, if you will, happening at Congress, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has been obviously one of the leading Democrats in a weird way for the presidential nomination this year and a pretty controversial figure, has taken the stand today to talk about his own controversy and his own censorship that's occurred.
I was censored not just by the Democratic administration, I was censored by the Trump administration. I was the first person censored by as the chairman pointed out, by the Biden administration 2 days after it came into office. It ordered a truthful, and by the way, they had to invent a new word called malinformation to censor people like me. There was no misinformation on my Instagram account. Everything I put on that account was cited and sourced to peer-reviewed publications or government databases. Nobody has ever pointed to a single piece of misinformation that I publish. I was removed for something they called malinformation. Malinformation is information that is true, but is inconvenient to the government.
What this hearing specifically is keying in on, the federal government's role in censoring Americans, the Missouri versus Biden case, and big tech's collusion with the out-of-control government agencies to silence speech. Now, that Missouri v. Biden case, that's the case that came out of Louisiana, where the judge issued the ruling that said, hey, the government has got to stop colluding with big tech and basically saying, you got to censor this speech. Now, we know that has received an administrative stay from the Court of Appeals out of the Fifth Circuit, which the ACLJ will be filing in the coming weeks to try to advocate for the position of the lower court that says, hey, the government shouldn't be in the business of censoring and colluding with big tech to censor the voices of American people. And what we're going to see is Congress doing their oversight role, as you're seeing today, but also the work of the states that initially sued in the Missouri v. Biden case, and then the work of groups like the ACLJ that will come alongside, file amicus briefs, and fight for this position as the DOJ tries to argue in court. We need to keep doing this. We got to keep doing it.
That's why these hearings, though we're a little stuck on the RFK stuff, we need to talk about the importance of having these hearings.
There are these issues. And sometimes it's not just that the private companies are doing it, which is why there's this hearing. It's that the federal government was coercing or colluding or whatever word you want to use to show that there was a relationship where the federal government was actually going to the companies and saying, we don't agree with that speech. You need to take that speech down. Yeah. That's dangerous speech because people can't hear it. And if they do, they may think things that are against the way that the government wants to put forward narratives. And so that's why even here at the ACLJ, we're fighting back, not just by promoting what's going on in Congress, but we file briefs. We have a FOIA out on some of this collusion, but we're also going to be filing in that Missouri v. Biden case very soon. In the next really a week and a half, we'll be filing a brief at the court. They're trying to silence any speech that they see that could be detrimental to them maintaining power in Congress and the presidency and beyond. And I think that's what should make everyone nervous here today.
Yeah, I think you're right. It really has nothing to do with the actual speech. It's trying to hide a lot of things from the American people.